Yo, how's it going? Gus Hurdler here, and we're finally back with Kerbal Space Program. I was waiting for mods to update on the new version of Kerbal, which is 1.3 now, but most of the mods, the modders aren't doing them anymore. So I had to go back to 1.2.2, and it's really stable, and every mod works now, and I'm probably just going to stick with this now, and we're going to start over fresh here. As you can tell, we're on Real Solar System. Beautiful graphics, beautiful everything, and this is going to be our first launch here on career mode on episode 1 here. And if you're watching this series and all you've only played is stock Kerbal, then you're going to see a lot of things different in this series. Realism Overhaul is a whole new, but it's pretty much a whole brand new game. It's all different, and you can learn a lot from this video if you ever want to get into Realism Overhaul, and it's just fun to watch because I think Realism Overhaul is that much better. But anyways, first launch here, we got a sounding rocket, because when you first start off, all you can do is sounding rockets. We got some scientific instruments in these payloads here. That's the parachute right there. See? Got those science experiments inside there. We're going to send this to the upper atmosphere so we can get some data so we can try to build bigger and better rockets. And now, one thing about Realism Overhaul, what I have right here, it's called test flight. And your engines can fail. So this first flight might go unsuccessful. This is the first ever flight, so we do not know how these engines are going to perform in flight. So this is what this is for. It's going to gather some data, and we're going to see how everything tests. And so if it did fail in flight, we get the data from this session, and the next flight should be better. So without further ado, here we go. Let's turn our avionics on. Now another thing we're going to have to do, does that decouple? Oh yeah, see, gotta check your staging. Like Scott Manley would say in his videos if you've ever seen him. But actually what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to put those... Oh, no. Actually, I did have that right. I forgot. I'm on Realism Overhaul, not stock. We'll have to ignite this engine before this decouples to get fuel flow. If you know anything about ullage in Realism, it's not in stock Kerbal, but in Realism Overhaul, let's say we're in flight, this first stage cuts off, the rocket goes into 0G, so the fuel flow in this upper tank will not the fuel will not be going down to the engine. It'll be just 0G floating inside the tank, and you won't be getting no fuel flow, so your combustion will not start. One of the things you always have to think about planning when you're building your vehicles in Realism Overhaul. But anyways, here we go. Let's see. Actually, get that off because that's covering up my... Yeah. Now we can get our test flight up. So here we go. Right now, engine is okay. So we're gonna launch it. There we are. And we ignite the second stage, and then we... Boom. And I forgot to do... And, I forgot to put aerodynamic fins on board. But that's okay. Because we do have a parachute. But see, I forgot something, and that cost me some money here, but we do have this. So we're gonna be able to save half the rocket. I mean, it's not a total failure. I learned from my mistake, and I still got the science experiment is still alive. So we got something out of this. But yeah, you forget your fins with an engine that cannot gimbal, and that's what's gonna happen. So so to the next mission. Okay guys, we're back here with our second attempt, and as you can tell, we put some fins on, so this time we should be able to get way higher so we can get some more science from the upper atmosphere. So here we go. And second ignition, and couple. And spin. Okay, we're looking good. Everything's looking good. Engine's burning beautiful. We still got plenty of fuel left. She's booking it up. Not much acceleration here, but keep going. Let's see here. Get a... What's our airflow? I have to start now. 34,000. Oh, I got one right here, right? I popped this height. Well, persistent rotation, you're in the way. So I have to get that off somehow, right? There's a way to get that off. I know there is. I'll be over here somewhere. While my craft's flying here, I'm just fooling with the toolbar. We're still flying low over Earth's shores. We gotta get higher up to get to that urban atmosphere science. Oh, what's our loss of thrust, performance loss, engine shutdown? We have engine failure. Okay, but we got some flight data. So even though we've got a loss of thrust, performance loss, and an engine shutdown, we will get data from this, and we'll learn, the engineers will learn how to make that engine more reliable. See, where is persistent rotation though? That's what I'm looking for. Persistent rotation, it should be okay. Is that it? Yep, got it. Okay. So 34,000 is our peak. I don't think that's going to be high enough to get upper atmosphere data. Look at that sun flare. That's beautiful. So we're about to reach 0 meters per second. That's when we will deploy a parachute. About right now. Go ahead. Oh, parachute deployment failed. Reason too high. We'll go ahead and turn the avionics off. Don't need to fight that. Just go ahead and arm parachute, so it will deploy when ready. Which sucks because we didn't gain any science off this, I don't think. But what did we get? We paid for the rocket itself though, with altitude records, speed records, and all that. So it paid itself off. We just didn't get any science. Coming down really hot, 500 meters a second. It's way over. It's Mach 1.7 right now. There goes the parachute though, and it's, yeah, that's yeah, I don't know what happened there, but okay, it's okay because we didn't have any songs to save anyways. So now I gotta fix that. I'm gonna try to improve that engine with the data we gathered, and we'll see if we can make it to the upper atmosphere finally. Okay guys, so last time we got 34,000, so now we're gonna try to beat that. So let's pull it back up. This time we had more flight data, and it did show that the engine is more reliable now. It hasn't reached its maximum reliability yet, but it is more reliable now. So without further ado, here we go. And boom. So far so good. Right down the middle. And we're gaining even more flight data here. So if it fails this time, we will get more again. And one thing about this mod is when you finally do get to where you're starting to put people in space, it actually gives the launch escape towers a reason, because you never know when you're going to have an engine failure. I mean, even with this, I get the maximum flight data possible. I could still always have an engine failure. It's not 100% guaranteed you'll never have one. It's just it's a super small chance it'll happen. You know, your engine will be very reliable, but there's always that chance of having an engine failure. So it always makes you know you better have a launch escape tower if you don't want none of your Kerbals to die. And there we go. We got loss of thrust. Oh, see, we didn't even make it as far this time. Yeah, we didn't even make it as far this time. Well, you already know what's going to happen. So the next launch, hopefully it's better. So we got a new launch vehicle here. I gave up on the Aerobee because its engine just wasn't cutting it. I had enough science, just enough to get one other engine, and this one should be a lot better. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get this started here. We're going to build up the thrust and launch. And this engine gimbals, so when you do mess up with your setup and you have a fin clipping the launch tower, You can save it. And we got a biological sample that we can keep. And we need, let's go ahead and, which way are we facing when, oh gosh, this is confusing because it does not have SAS. Just keep it in the center. Just do my best to keep it in the center here. There, okay. Okay, the fins should stabilize it now. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull this thing this way a little. Oh yeah, right there. Right there. So I want to go over the ocean, so I'm going to try to pull it over. Yeah, we're picking up a lot of speed here. Whoa. Here's the moon. And past the Kármán line. Once we get up to our iPods, as it is. Oh, jeez. Oh, and now we're going to be stuck in a flip. Okay, that's cool, though. Oh, look at that. Telemetry. Transmit. Yeah, give me that, give me that. Yes. Temperature. Transmit. Get all this back. Get all this back. Because I forgot. I didn't think we'd go this high. So what's going to happen is we're probably not going to make it back alive. I do have a parachute on this, but the thing is, it's going to take too much heating, and it's probably just going to burn up. The parachute, that is. But how much science we got? Oh my gosh, we got plenty of science though, so this thing did its job. Let's go ahead and get double that, and we'll go ahead and arm that parachute. Arm it. Just in case it does survive somehow. Oh, it's so pretty up here though. Look at the moon over there. The sun flare. Oh, look at that. It's just sitting there floating. About to get some more. If I got enough. Yeah, I should have enough electric charge to send back the space data. Yeah, get that off, get that off. And we gotta hurry up and send this back before we run out of electricity. Transmit all that back. Hurry up, hurry up. Yeah, we got it all back. Good. Now how much do we got? Oh my gosh, look at all that. That is going to give us orbital class technology there. Now the only thing left to do is to watch this thing burn up because we are going to be booking it back down. We got up so high. Let's go ahead and fast forward that. Oh, what? I don't have any electric charge yet. I can't transmit any of it. Yep. Alright, and here we come. See, we're already at 1,000 meters per second, and we're not even near the bulk of the atmosphere. So this thing and the parachute is gonna, yeah, the parachute's gonna get a beating. I could redo the design. I didn't expect to go that high to get that much heating. So if I redid this design, I'd put the parachute inside here, and once we slow down, just lose the protective shell and just release the parachute that way. But this is gonna burn up right here. That parachute's gonna burn up. Yep, see, burned up. If the parachute was to deploy later, it would have been okay, but I wouldn't have been able to because I didn't have electric charge, so I had to arm it first. So either get more batteries or just, actually, you can do the parachute thing. I wish it would deploy a spare chute, but I don't have any electric charge, so. I wish it would automatically deploy a spare chute. Here it goes. Coming for a big splashdown. Whatever biological samples on board, well, you're dead. Nothing survived. But we got plenty of science there, so that was a very successful mission. So I'll research all what we got, and I'll show you guys in the next mission what all I have new. Okay guys, we're back here with our Ascent launch vehicle sounding rocket, but this time we have a contract here, and it is to, let's see here if we can find it, reach a suborbital trajectory and return back safely. So we want some science data to reach space. We want to gather data from space and return it safely back. So that is the mission today. So here we go. Without further ado, I'm going to build up that thrust on that main engine there. And now we can release the clamp. And there we go. Nope, wrong way. I do want to turn this thing. Okay, wrong. Okay, yeah. Now I got my bearings. Now we got my bearings. So yeah, there we go. So I do want to turn this slightly east because I want to. Don't want to go straight up because that'll be more speed on the way back down. Let's pull up our test flight too while we are at it. Now, once we get better avionics on our probes, I won't have to use fins. The only reason I have to have fins right now is if I didn't have fins right now, this thing would have already crashed. But as you can see, we're still getting flight data here. Engine's still performing beautifully. The plume, as you can see, is starting to go out wide because of the less atmospheric pressure. Oh, jeez. Whoa. Settle down. Okay, there we go. We're about to reach space. Way above the carbon line now. We're above space. Yeah, the fins aren't doing nearly as much now since... So we're gonna... Oh. Engine shutdown. Okay. But that is okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to pull up my X science here and now. There we are. Biological sample. It'd be 5 science. I'm not going to use it yet. I know I could use that, but I'm going to get my biological sample from space because it'll be worth a lot more. Oh, look at this temperature scan. Send back. Telemetry analyst. Send back. Let's get test flight off since we're done with that, so I can keep an eye on my electric charge, which is really low. So what we want to do here is we want to arm our parachute. Go ahead and decouple that. And we also want to go ahead and jettison our shell. And our parachute is armed. And this should take all the heat when it comes back down. And I ran out of electric charge to run the biosample. But that's okay, because we're still going to complete the contract. Oh, look at that, how they just float away. Really cool, right? Alright, so now we just have to come back down. Wait, that's still not going to work, is it? Because my parachute will want to deploy too high up, I believe. Yeah, I might have to reset this. Hold on. Or we can... Guys, we're coming back through, and oh, that chute, it survived. We're out of electricity, but we are going to get this object. Look at this. See, I can't get none of that, but it worked. It is going to work. The mission was a success. The parachute actually held. I thought it was going to rip off there because of the speed we was going. But no, it worked. So now we're just going to fall back down here through the clouds and splash in the ocean. And we got this objective complete. And we're going to get a lot of data from this. And this will probably be the end of our first episode here. We got to space. We returned some biological samples and stuff from space. And, well, now, you know what that next step is then. We came from space and back, but now we want to stay in space. So that's right, our next video, we will be building orbital class vehicles, and that is always a huge challenge in Realism Overhaul. So stay tuned for that, because it'll be a good one. So I'll see you guys then. Like and subscribe this one if you liked it. If you didn't, then leave it a dislike, and I'll see you guys in the next one.